time to cook my campfire pizza. It's actually going to go in this Camp Chef Alpine stove. I'm going to cook it right on top. I'm going to show you how I do it. It's really fast. First, I have to get this stove fired up and the heat going in it, and then I can cook. Let's get to lighting this stove, and I'll get back with you in a minute. As soon as that's all nice and hot, we'll get that Papa Murphy's pizza going, and it's going to be in a cast iron skillet. I'll show you how I do it. Okay, I think this fire got going really fast, and I'm going to cut one, healthy piece of pizza off of this and cook it in that cast iron skillet. So I'll show you how it goes. I mean, really, it probably doesn't need to cook more than about 5-6 minutes. You really got to watch it. Actually, probably need to turn down that heat a little bit because it'll burn the bottom of this if you're not careful. So before I put it on, I am going to turn it down a bit, try to cut that heat off a little, and then I'm going to put that pizza on the oven. Now, you can tell it's not going in the oven, it's going on top. But I'm going to put a lid on top also, because one thing about cooking it this way, the pizza will cook, but if you don't put a lid on top, then the cheese will not melt as well. So make sure you put a lid on top when you cook it this way. By the way, if you didn't know, this pizza is from Papa Murphy's. It's a cowboy pizza, but there's no olives on it. I took all the olives off. Don't like them. Tell me what you like in a pizza if you want, or you can give me grief for taking olives off. I like olive oil though. All right, let's cut a piece off and get ready to put this on the skillet. Now, I said I was going to cut a healthy piece off. I'm going to make this one 1/4 of a piece. I'm out here enjoying the outdoors, having pizza, enjoying this Colorado weather. So here's my 1/4 of a piece right here. I'm going to make sure it's cut through really well. Now, don't tell my family I'm doing this, because I'm taking some of the stuff off of theirs, maybe. I don't know. And I'm putting it on here. Make sure it's got a lot of good stuff on it. And then we're going to take this off and put it on that cast iron skillet. Because this is dough, if you don't know anything about Papa Murphy's pizza, it's not cooked. I remember the first time I actually went to Pagosa Springs, and I was like, yeah, let's have some pizza, Mike. And he's like, yeah, sounds good. And I picked it up, and it wasn't done. I was like, what? You didn't cook the pizza? And they're like, oh, we don't ever cook the pizza. I'm like, oh my goodness. Come on, folks, cook the pizza. That's how I made the mistake, and we figured out the first time that cooking a Papa Murphy's pizza on a cast iron skillet was actually really awesome. But be really careful here, because this is very hot, the stove, and that's why I can cook on top. It's very hot, but getting one piece off is a little of a challenge. So it may not be pretty, but I guarantee you it'll still taste good. Yep, it's already sizzling. I'm gonna get this other stuff on top, as much of it as I can. I guarantee it's probably cooking a little hotter than I want it to, but that's okay. When you're out cooking in a campfire or like this, I call it roughing it, even though you might look at this and go, that's not roughing it. Well, yeah, may not be. But the first thing you want to do here too is, get this lid on. And then the next thing you want to do is you really want to keep an eye on this pizza, because it'll burn the bottom real fast. If it's burning the bottom, the pizza is going to be done. But you want to have as much time for that meat to cook, for the cheese to cook. And when it starts burning the bottom, I'll pull that off. I'll set it on the rack on the side and let it keep cooking just by the heating of that cast iron skillet. You're going to see me keeping an eye on this and checking it out. And in a minute, I'll have some pizza and maybe make you hungry. So the bottom's not burning yet, but it's warming up. It's looking good. Actually, that's looking really good on the bottom. It looks almost done, honestly. Let's give it just a little bit more time. Maybe a minute or two. I just don't want to burn the bottom. All right, let's see if this is done. Again, I don't want to burn it. The cheese on top is melting. Oh yeah. See, it started to turn a little bit darker on the bottom than I really like, but it's not bad. I had one before where I was almost having to fake it, but because it got too burnt on the bottom. Take a look at that, man. That is a Papa Murphy's pizza. It's cowboy version. It's one of their favorites. The cheese is melted on top because I had the lid on it. And this thing's gonna be good. I'm gonna let it rest for a bit and then see just how awesome it is. And everything tastes better when you're camping. All right, I think it's cooled down long enough. This looks really nice. Let's look at the bottom. Yeah, it's a little bit, done. Maybe a little bit more than I should have, but still it's not burnt in my opinion. Let's see how good it is though. Wow. Wow, that's good. I'm telling you what. The one thing I forgot to do, last time we put olive oil on the bottom, now that may have caused it to burn a bit more. I did not put olive oil on it this time. I just put it right on that cast iron skillet without anything. And it tastes really good. I mean, you might try some oil on it, but I don't need it. Let's see if it really tastes good on the second bite. Yeah, just as good. If you can't tell, I like Mountain Dew. I know it's not good for you, but when I go camping, road trip, sorry, Mountain Dew it is. All right, you can see how easy it was to cook that. I don't think I cooked it more than 5-6 minutes, maybe 7. It's quick. Man, on that cast iron skillet with the lid on top, you don't need to put it in the oven for 30, 40 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is. 7-ish minutes, you're done. Honestly, it tastes just as good as when I eat pizza at home. So check out Papa Murphy's, check out this pizza the way I've cooked it here. There's all kinds of things you can cook on these stoves, and even there's ovens that come with it. So I'm gonna leave descriptions to the Winterwell stove and oven that Mike used last year. And there's just a lot of things you can do. So if you like what you're seeing here, please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as we put out new videos. Because I'm gonna have a lot more camp food. Might be on the fire outside, the campfire might be here on a stove. I'm just going to be out. I'm going to be testing new tents. I'm going to be testing new stoves and new cots. So I'm just going to bring different products to you, show you how to have more fun when you're outdoors and anywhere outdoors around the world. So hang with me and keep watching for videos. Well, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to finish my pizza, but thanks for watching to the end. And I'm going to see you back out here a whole lot more in other videos in Colorado, specifically Colorado right now, but we'll be branching out to different places. So keep watching for a lot more great videos coming up.